When I decided to leave the ASPCA in 2013, it was important to me for a leadership role that you develop a succession plan. And I had a good succession plan with one of the executives, Matt Bershatker. Under Matt's leadership, he had a different vision and different priorities. And after a few years, I stay in the field and I go to conferences and I hear there's a bit of resentment about the fact that the grants program isn't what it used to be. Matt starts in 2013. I think we were probably at about $150 million. I had raised, $100 million improvement over 10 years or so. And you look at the kind of platform that Matt began with, and now you look at it today, and that $150 million that he started with in annual revenue today is $390 million. And what's happened with the ASPCA grants program is that it's now down to about $5 million a year for pet shelters, when you have revenue of $390 million a year. Now that's disappointing, because everyone's aware of shelters, whether they're in affluent areas or economically challenged areas. They're all needing help because intake has increased and cost of care has increased. I saw in 2020 and 2021, the ASPCA finishing with an operating surplus of $50 million or $80 million. And so those resources could really be used to be helping shelters almost in the way that we used to do it in 2010 and 2011, to just restart that grants program and give those local shelters some consideration. And I'm disappointed that that hasn't really manifested in the ASPCA today. People will tell me, well, I donate to the ASPCA and I know my local organization gets those donations. And I would say, well, no, they actually don't. It's not like the United Way. It's not a governance model. Your local organization doesn't automatically get funding from Humane Society of the United States or the ASPCA. The Humane Society of the United States and the ASPCA currently have about $400 million in reserves. And reserves or endowment are referred to as a rainy day fund. Well, what I would say to donors who are wondering who to give to, the local shelters are in El Nino, and for some reason, Humane Society of the United States and the ASPCA are still holding on to the rainy day fund. And they're not getting the message that these shelters need help. And what's upsetting as time has gone on is that the original purpose of those funds seems to be forgotten. And we all know that the funds are raised on the dog and cat message, and we all know that dogs and cats that are homeless still need our help. So friends and colleagues, knowing my background on welfare, they'll ask me, who should I donate to? I want to help animals. Should I donate to the ASPCA or the Humane Society of the United States or my local Humane Society, or what should I do? And I say, well, if you care about the animals in your community, then you start donating locally. You start donating to organizations that are actually hands-on helping the animals in your community. That's where your dollar will go the farthest.